I'm John Kerry.
I'm Evan Deichley.
And this is 60 Minutes. Today we will be talking about the theme of entrapment throughout the novel Catch-22, as well as the reality of the American dream in today's society.
Mr. Heller, throughout your novel Catch-22, many characters find themselves entrapped. Explain the system of Catch-22 and entrapment.
Well, you see, in my novel, the system of Catch-22 permeates itself in many ways. It's simply just a paradoxical or confusing state in which people can't escape. Chapter 5 of my novel, this can be seen when Yossarian talks to Dr. Nika about why he wants to be grounded and why Orr cannot be grounded. Dr. Nika tells Yossarian because he's crazy. He has to be crazy to keep flying combat mission after all those close calls he's had. Sure, I can ground Orr, but first he has to ask me to. But you see, there's a Catch-22. Anyone who wants to get out of combat duty isn't really crazy. See, in this little excerpt, Dr. Nika explains the system of Catch-22 by saying the only way someone can get grounded and not have to fly combat missions is by being crazy. But the second they ask to be grounded, they're no longer crazy because they have a concern for their own life, which isn't crazy. But if they keep flying combat missions, then they are. But if they ask, then they aren't. See, it's just a whole circle of events that leave you trapped and without escape. Is there anything that you feel pressured by in today's society that you need to conform to, or things you feel trapped by, things that you can't escape?
Since middle school, I've been told that I have to go to a private high school. My parents wanted me to go to SLU, so I chose DeSmet just to rebel, I guess, a little bit. But especially here at DeSmet, there's expectation of excellence here, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but it's definitely something that all DeSmet students are expected to do, is to be good in the classroom, both in the classroom and on the field.
Literature, the American dream has constantly been defined as the idea that if you work towards something with dedication and with your full passion, you can achieve success and achieve whatever goal you're working for. Do you believe that this is still true in today's society?
Absolutely, I think it's true, and especially now with the high unemployment and the economy down, it especially means that you have to work harder, and especially means that you have to be more passionate about what you do, because those are the things that distance you from other people who just go to college just to go to college. But if you want to go to college and you work hard there, no matter if it's community college or if it's Harvard, that if you work hard and you put in the opportunity, you put in the work, then opportunities will come and you'll be successful in life no matter where you go.
So Adam, as you've just said, you believe that if you put in the hard work in college, you'll still have the opportunities later in life. But for many students today, high interest rates for college loans often leave them feeling trapped and unable to pursue whatever kind of career they wish to pursue. How do you weigh in on that?
Well, definitely the financial side of college is an obstacle that many students have to take, but there's plenty of financial aid, there's work grant opportunities, there's scholarships that ease the process. So when a college says it's $30,000 a year, you can do work grant, you can get scholarships, especially if you work hard in high school, that make tuitions significantly lower and help with student loans later in life.
Okay, Adam. Well, it's been great talking to you. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, Raphael. In today's society, many people feel entrapped by many different things. Do you feel pressure from anyone or anything that often leaves you feeling just trapped?
Something that I feel pressured by, and I also feel like a lot of other students in my grade also feel pressured by, is the fact that schools, they try to push you to be as involved as you possibly can be. And I think this is in part to help you with your resume, because the more things you have on your resume, the better you'll look for colleges. But the more things that you sign up for, the less time you have at home to actually do homework and keep up those grades that are even more important for you to get into college.
And I got a question for you. See, throughout the book Catch-22, many characters feel entrapped by different things that society has them or convinces them that they have to conform to. Do you feel entrapped, or do you feel the need to conform to anything in today's society?
Well, I go to DeSmet. So there's a certain amount of pressure on guys that go to school to do certain things or follow certain paths. There's a really heavy emphasis on sports and athletics, maybe not as big as emphasis on clubs or even theater. as an extracurricular. But like, I feel like there's more of a stigma to guys that do that than there should be. Like, I want to do other things besides dedicate all my time to a sport. And I feel like at this Met, maybe that's kind of looked down upon by certain groups.
Mr. Heller, we reviewed entrapment in Catch-22 and spoke to many about how they feel entrapped in modern society today, much like the characters were entrapped in Catch-22. A famous character of yours, Yossarian, escapes his entrapment of Catch-22 and states he wouldn't want to live his life without misgivings. Explain what you mean by this quote.
Well, first of all, a misgiving is a doubt or some kind of apprehension about the outcome of some kind of event. And when Yossarian says he doesn't want to live life without misgivings, he means that he doesn't want to live his life without doubting anything he had done or without taking any kind of risk.
How would living life without misgivings help us today to escape our own little entrapment or Catch-22?
Well, you see, today many people feel entrapped by their financial status or other things of that nature that they just can't control. And it's because of this that they don't reach for their goals or try to attain the American dream because they feel so deterred by society's influences. They feel, oh, I'm not good enough to do this. So instead of working hard and achieving their successes, they don't even start because of the fear that they might fail. They have to live life without misgivings. They have to have some doubt, take some risks in order to actually achieve whatever they wish to achieve. Personally, I think that the American dream today is not nearly as attainable as it was 30 years ago. While the American dream is the idea that if you work hard, you can attain success, there are so many things in today's society that trap us and keep us from achieving our goals, like the very steep amount of student loans that many new graduates face. They try to achieve their American dream and do what they want, but they're still trapped by the debt.
I think the American dream is still attainable today. While people are sometimes entrapped and stuck, I think we can overcome it and still go and achieve the American dream through perseverance and hard work.